Hello, in this one, how to play without storage and auto-disassemble. I'm going to focus on the ways to minimize the amount of times you have to disassemble in maps. Inventory filter, loot filter, mule, storage setup, and more is coming up next. Before diving into the video, I need to mention that you always want to maximize your disassemble, as the disassemble materials, croco fragments, is essential for progression. And always aim to buy all of the yellow croco fragments from the disassemble shop, because with these you can get all of the good stuff, which are either under weekly or monthly lockout. What we are looking for is the Holy, Ancient, Vesper, Charm Reversion Essences. Let's start with inventory filter, as this one is gonna save you the most amount of time. Gear filter. This one you want to activate whenever you're looking for upgrade. How to set it up? I have selected weapons. Let's apply the filter. I'm looking for one-hander blunt and let's say one-hander axe. All the grades are good for me, so I'm selecting none. If you're looking for a specific grade, you select that specific grade. In this case, I want to have everything. Authorities don't matter. I want every single one. Equip restrictions. There is a really big piece of advice. If you select dexterity, it's gonna show dexterity basis. But if you select dexterity and strength, it's not gonna show you strength and dexterity basis. It's gonna show you a hybrid basis. That's gonna have strength and dexterity. It's not or. I don't select restriction, as most of the time it's not a good idea. For the tier, it's really simple. This is lower limit, this is upper limit. So if I select upper limit tier 32 and apply the filter, it's not gonna work, as all of my items in my inventory is tier 31. But if I select tier 31, it's gonna highlight it. At the same time, I can select the upper filter for like tier 35s, right? So it's only gonna be from tier 31 up to tier 35. Not only the weapons, you can also do it for the armor. Same idea, you select what pieces of gear you want, what type of grade, what type of tier, apply filter, save, it's gonna highlight. And I like to do accessory also. Let's select any of those, apply. I don't have any accessories, but the idea is still the same. I'm skipping rune, there is nothing to do. I'm skipping consumables, skipping others, and let's start with cards. Cards is the most important one. Listen carefully. On my first one, I have selected my yellow cards because I only care about my yellows. And I only care about this specific authorities because that's what works on my build. I am a physical, melee, and AV effect stacking build. That means I need Aphros for Alyssa charms, Prela for Hamal charms, Yunus for Boreal charms, and Caspel for Castor charms. As these authorities, the specific authorities on the maps, most of the time is gonna drop the biggest amount of that specific authority charms. That's the way I have it. For you, it might be different, but this is good to know, as you don't need to save every single card if you are not doing that specific build. Card tier, the same as gear. I only care about tier 10s. From tier 10, I do not care about any other card. If you are low level, if you are doing still your campaign, or you are just finished your campaign and you are looking for tier 1 cards, just remember to select the lower limit tier 1 and upper limit for whatever card you can drop. So my first filter is for the tier 10 cards. My second filter is for all of the other cards that are chaos and others. So chaos cards are the greater cards, the boss cards. And all of these cards I want to have at normal, magic, yellow, and legendary. Others are memory maps or any other type of card that you can drop. I have not selected unique in here because whenever I do disassemble, right, I never press unique. So I don't need to keep it. I always press only normal to yellow. This way, it doesn't remove the unique cards and you don't need to filter the unique cards in here. But when you start doing your unique maps, you can select this. This way it's gonna highlight the uniques and unique cards gonna be at the top. This filter is really important. Otherwise, you're gonna disassemble your traces maps and boss maps. And I highly suggest not to do it. Third filter is for tier 11s. In here, I have only yellows as I'm quite a bit far into the game, but if you are just starting, you can select all of the grades and do all of the tier 11s. I selected only tier 11, and from these maps, you drop chaos keys to craft even more boss maps. Last one is charms. This highly depends on you. Because I am a critical build, I run critical rate multiplier, critical damage multiplier, and maximize damage multiplier. I am critical plus maximize. I am a hybrid build. So all of these charms are the best for me. I have selected only yellows because that's all I care about. If you still need magic, remember to select magic. For the authorities, for the blessings, again, same as my cards, because these are the only charms I need. Any other charm just doesn't work or just doesn't make any sense to have it. Alyssa, Hamal, Boreal, and Castor. I know, when you start doing your early charm upgrade slots in here, right? It might require for you to have a specific charm. Right now I have leveled up most of those, but a good example would be a blessing effect and all option for blue charms. So what you can do with your charms, always focus for one type of charm upgrade slot. This way, you can select what you need for those charms. I know there is a charm with physical status. I know there is one with bleed rate. I know there is a lot of sentry stuff. So I suggest to set up your charm filter the way so you could upgrade your charm upgrade slots. Because without the inventory and without the storage, you really want to do it as fast as you can without least amount of time input. And this helps a lot. Just remember to keep one of your charm filter for you, for your upgrades, and other charm filters for the charm upgrade slots. Loot filtering, that is in our settings menu. I'm not gonna invest too much time into this. I'm gonna keep it simple and short, as this was disabled at the start of Season 7 because they were thinking of updating. I don't know what kind of update we're gonna get. Maybe what I'm gonna say right now, it's not gonna even apply after the update if we're gonna get the update. So, let's do it like this. First thing that you can remove from looting is skill runes and link runes. All of the link runes that you can drop, you can also buy. What you can't drop and what you can't buy, you have to pick up from selection boxes. So this one doesn't really matter too much. At the start, you can keep them enabled to get your compendium score up, but after some time, just remove it. Another thing that you can remove is charm. The blue charms after you're done with your charm upgrade slots, and if you don't like to enchant magic charms into yellow charms. For the exclusion list, there is not much to do. What I like to add is the high HP potion and high mana potion on consumables, as these you can stack up to 9k, and if you have already 9k of each, there is not much reason to pick up anything more, as 9k is probably gonna be enough for the whole season. In material tab, there is a lot. And the first thing in here, as you can see, are orb energies. Why we don't care about orb energies is because whenever you want to do orb energy on the alchemy table, you can always do red moon. And one red moon gives you so much energy that is equal to around 10 maps of tier 10s. That means we don't need to pick up our energies when we are not focusing on those. And this saves us a lot of time. I have every single energy in here selected together with chaos crystals and crystal orbs, which are required to craft those orbs. So this you can do at the start of the game, as later when you start doing your chaos statue, you're gonna be able to do red moons, a lot of red moons, and you're gonna solve all of your orb issues. After that, I have blue and yellow essences in here. Let's talk about those. Magic Imbue, Magic Change, and Charm Magic Chain essences. If you have one full stack of those essences, so that's 100, you should be set for the whole season, as we are not doing that much of the blue stuff. We are only focusing on the yellow crafting. Yellow Charm Upgrade Essence. I don't like enchanting my blue charms into yellows, so I have it disabled, but if you are not against it, you can enable it. But remember, you always have to use these as they stack pretty fast. So I would say if you have one stack of 100, it's probably gonna be more than enough. After that, you can disable it. I also have Magic Upgrade Essence and Magic Birth Essences, but these I kinda suggest to keep looting unless you are really tired of using Alchemy Table. Alchemy Bench is our Lord and Savior. You always want to alchemy something, because it's gonna remove a lot of items from your inventory, and you should keep a pretty healthy inventory space. What you always want to do is normal potions. I do HP, damage, and movement speed, but if you need anything else, you can do those. In here, after you finished your normal potions and you want at the end of your day, I highly suggest to make them into high potions, as these are the only ones you want to use. But I keep high potions at the end of my day as it takes a lot of time. Combining. And in here, we are always looking for the essence tab. That's why I said it's not necessary to remove the blue snakes and blue heads from loot filtering, as you can always combine them and the combine time is really low. You can do this after every single map or every few maps. You're gonna see they don't take any space, plus you get the yellow materials. Why do we care about yellow materials? Because they let us do legendary or unique ones. It's gonna take quite a bit of inventory space to get enough stacks to do it, but you're gonna see that whenever you combine into legendary or into unique, it's gonna save you quite a bit of space, and at the same time, you are getting quite a bit of value from your yellow materials. So that's what I suggest to do. Don't forget to do it. Don't try to save it unless you are crafting some kind of item. Then of course, don't do the legendary or unique materials. First of all, craft your item. But this essence tab is your best friend to keep your inventory space healthy. Rune essence. I don't have a good advice for this one. The way you spend your major earth elements depends on which stage of progression you are. If you still have to do some leveling on your skill board, do the leveling. If you need legendary, link rune or skill rune upgrades, you need to do this. What I do at the end of my grind, I always combine full and leave it throughout the night to combine. As major earth elements takes quite a bit of space in your inventory, with the current drop rates, you can get like 5 or even 6 stacks a day. And by the end of the day, you start to run out of space. So at least either level up or combine. Besides that, if you are still looting your link essences and you're not disabling those, you can always make trigger rune change essence, even though right now I feel like having 20 or 30 of these should set up your skill board without any problems. Rune candle essences, this one is a debate. I really like to make 6 links for the compendium score, which gives stats, but if you don't like spend your time making 6 links, you can make candle essences to make your links white. Storage, this one is heavily debatable. I'm gonna show you what I like, but you can keep whatever you are doing. I just found this way to be the most efficient. I have all of the legendary essences, uniques, and yellow essences that I'm not using too often, but they are necessary for crafting. Also, chaos upgrade stones and world memory upgrade stones. I don't have blue ones, as blue ones I combine into yellows. That's the way it looks. Whenever you craft an item, you just pick up whatever you need. Is it a charm? Is it a link? Is it a Vespa? This setup feels the best to me. In the second storage, I keep all of the content. That is Yunos, Arena Spirits, and Chaos Keys. At some point, you can definitely remove Chaos Keys when you are done with tier 11 maps, as we are getting quite a bit of greater selection cards, so crafting from keys is not actually necessary, but early it's really nice. Besides the content material, I like to keep some potions in here that I do daily, but there is no reason to keep them in the main storage, in the first storage. Of course, some boxes again that you get daily. After that, this storage is where I put my things that I put into my mules. So those are the charms, darkness energy, minor range shards, some unique maps, some legendary maps, some traces maps. This storage is always changing. I don't have any world memories in my content storage, as they take so much space They require basically a third storage to accommodate all of the world memories that can drop at every single grade. So these are always on my mule. At the same time, on my mule I put some potions, I have some orb materials, some high potions, everything that you're not using too often, or there is no reason to have it in your main storage, just put them into your mules. For me, one mule is enough, but for you it might take 2 or 3 mules depending on how much you like to hoard your items. But that's how it looks. That's how my mule looks like. I have some bases, but I don't know if there is any reason to explain, as this one kind of depends on you. Just showing everything, so you could get a really good idea on how I'm doing this. If you're looking to buy a storage, I highly suggest to start with essence. The second one, most important, is material. Having these two storages or even one essence storage is gonna solve most of your inventory issues. If you're looking to buy third, fourth, and fifth one, I would say you can do content, card, and charm. They're kinda at the same level. They're gonna give you same amount of improvement. So which one you pick up first doesn't really matter that much. Content material could be a good buy as a third storage. However, when you already have essence and material storages, setting up your free storage with all of the content materials the way I have it set it right now, it should be more than enough. For the new players, I'm gonna clarify the Red Moon event that drops tons of orb energies. You need to have a yellow card, select an event, go into Dimension Teleport, select Alta of the Red Moon Summon Stone. You need to have Chaos Points. You acquire Chaos Points by completing your maps. The higher tier map you complete, the more points you get. Tier 10 is 36 points, and this way, every single time you summon an event, considering that you have enough Chaos Points, you're gonna be able to do Red Moon, and most likely it's gonna take you around 10 Red Moons to fix your orbs. This is it. If you're thinking why I don't have storage, it's because I'm playing a new account. I wanted to test it myself. I wanted to get a feeling on how it works to play without the storages. It's doable, but it's not fun. The main problem is, at around 155 level maps, which I'm doing right now, I'm starting to run out of space in my inventory and I have to disassemble twice. Especially if you have some kind of event like Altar of Blessing, with that one you might even to disassemble 3 times. But besides that, it's possible to play, it just takes more time as you have to manage your inventory more often. GG's, bye bye, and see you in the next one.